Sugarlicious, so nutritious, delicious, cooking with sugar. Cooking with sugar.
Welcome to Cooking with Sugarlious. Thanks for tuning in today. And today we're going to walk through our health. Not just WALK, but we are going to walk through our health. Maybe some of you this year of 2014 has said, you know what? I'm going to get healthier this year. I'm going to eat better this year. I'm going to lay off the fried foods this year. This is the temple that God has given you to take care of while you're here on this earth. And it is just time that you start walking through your health. So today we're going to be doing beef stir fry with noodles. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our beef, which I have an excellent ribeye that I have marinated, and we want to cut the meat into thin pieces, just very thin pieces. And I marinate it with a little bit of sesame oil, a little garlic powder, anise, which is kind of a licorice flavored herb, and then some cilantro, coarse black pepper, and kosher salt. So, and once you get these cut up in nice thin pieces, what I'm going to do is just set it back here in the bowl. That was real fresh. I'm going to rinse this off. One thing with working with chicken or beef, you want to always keep the countertop or your working area clear, especially of blood or with the chicken. And I have fresh ginger, yellow pepper, jalapeno pepper, little radishes, so you can tell it's going to be a little spicy already. We're going to use some cherry tomatoes and purple onion. We're going to use a little soy sauce, and that's going to bring in, this is soy sauce, and it will bring in also the saltiness that we need, and then just a universal flavor that we need. And then we're going to use the noodles. So this is stir-fry beef with noodles. So we're going to come over here and we're going to check our wok. We have the oil in it. And there's a variety of woks that you can get. This particular electric one can go anywhere from 200 degrees all the way up to 325. So this is a good sturdy wok that you can fry in, you can steam in, you can saute in, you can cook in, and you can stir fry. So remember, we're gonna walk our way into good health. So now I've tested the oil, and we wanna see by putting in. Now, it didn't pop back at me, and so therefore I know that it's not too hot. So we want to get our meat in there. And this is stir fry, which means it's quick, it's fast. All of the meals that are cooked in the wok take less than 30 minutes from start to finish. So what you want to do is go ahead. I like my beef medium rare. Somebody else might like theirs well. Another person might like theirs medium. But what I like to do is just go ahead and get the meat properly cooked to a medium temperature. And again, you're just stirring. You can use two, however fancy, but you want to just keep moving the food around. And that's why when you go into the Chinese restaurants, you can order things because they are cooking at the right temperature. The oil is what it should be, and you're constantly stir. And that's what they mean by stir fry. The oil is in there, but you're stirring it around and moving it around constantly so it will evenly cook. Okay? And I like to use the slotted spoons so then the oil can go ahead and drain and you don't have the oil in your pan. So the next thing that I want to add is I'm just going to cut the tomatoes in half once. I didn't have that. I'm ready to put them in. The jalapeno pepper. Now, if you don't really like a lot of hot, then take the seeds from the peppers. And I'm going to put the peppers in there. I'm going to take the fresh garlic. You can peel the garlic or you can use the garlic just as it is. I'm just going to take the outer off by cutting it like this here and dropping that in as well. You can already see the beautiful colors that's taken place. The tomato. Again, you're looking at less than 30 minutes from start to finish. Peel your onion. And again, this is a purple onion. Some people might call it a red onion. And you want to just kind of move it around. Again, this is Cooking with Sugarlious, and we're walking our way, not just only W-A-L-K, but W-O-R-K, our way into healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle. Okay. The meat is looking good. I just put that to the side. And again, the more people that you're cooking for, you know, you want to adjust everything to the amount of people that you're cooking for. And so then that way you want to leave enough room in your wok so you can move the food around. And you want to keep your vegetables nice and crunchy. And then I already had the vegetables to the side, which is the broccoli, zucchini, squash, and I'm just going to add that to there just to warm it up some. In my pot, I already have my noodles. They're nice and ready and waiting. I'm going to add just a few more tomatoes. I like tomatoes. I'm going to add just a few more tomatoes. Add a little bit more red, a little more color and a little more red to the dish. Clean this up. That's final. I'm getting ready to plate in just a moment. And you have tuned in today to Cooking with Sugarlious, and I'll be right back.
Cooking with Sugar.
All right, we're getting ready to plate our stir-fried beef with noodles. And you can use, there's a variety of noodles that can be used. And so this is just a thick noodle. You can use the whole grain noodle. There's a spinach noodle. Very good. And what I did, I prepared the noodles and then I just lightly drizzled some olive oil over the top. We have the vegetables. I like to use the slotted spoon so then the oil doesn't get over and drain back on the food. Then I'm going to take the beef. Oh, that looks so great. And I'm going to put over the top. And then I have the top vegetables that I'm going to put over that as well. And then just as a final garnish, oh, that looks great. I'm going to take just a little of the cilantro. I love the taste. I love the flavor. I like the aroma. It's just wonderful. You can use parsley as a topping if you'd like, peanuts as a topping, but this just adds just a little bit of Sugarlicious to it. And then I'm going to take a tad bit of the soy sauce and just drizzle lightly the soy sauce. And there we have it. This is stir fry beef with noodles served with an array of peppers, broccoli, red onion, garlic, ginger, and it's a little bit of the cherry tomatoes, and it's served over a bed of noodles. Now you can use fried rice, you can use white steamed rice, you can use whole grain rice. But let me give this a taste. Give me a fork. Let's see how this is. I'm ready for the beef. Oh my goodness. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. The soy sauce. The ginger. Fresh garlic. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely wonderful. Snow pea. And the vegetables still have the crunch. And that's one of the things about not overcooking your vegetables. Because if you have enough left over and you still have meat in the refrigerator that you need to use, the base of all the Chinese cooking is pretty much the same. If you're using the shrimp, then you want to use the oyster sauce. If you're using the chicken, you can even put a chicken bouillon in there, or use the chicken stock. If you're using the beef, the same thing. This is delicious. But you know what the greatest thing is? My cookbook. Yes, we're working on changing the color and the cover on the cover. But other than that, we have zesty chicken wings, 20-minute chicken Creole, oven fried chicken legs with veggies, pulled pork enchiladas. And then I have a variety of baby back ribs, pork ribs, country style ribs. Did you know there was that many ribs? You know what I even have in the refrigerator? I have some goat ribs. The whole chicken, legs or thighs. And you can just smoke them. And also, you can actually smoke your meats in your oven if you don't have a grill. Or say you're in New York and you live in one of the apartments and you can't have a barbecue pit or a barbecue grill. Or some other places where you can't because of the fire codes. You can use your oven and just layer a shallow pan with the chips, mesquite chips, applewood chips, pecan chips. Let that smoke come up. Marinate your meats like you would if you're going to put them in a smoker or a grill. Just turn your oven into a smoker. And no one can say anything except for, my gosh, you're driving me crazy with that smell. You know, you're barbecuing. You know you're not supposed to be barbecuing, but you know what? All you're doing is using your oven, which is not against the law. And there's no code. I have a low-fat, sugar-free, no-baked cheesecake. I even have instructions on how to make a foolproof, if you want to, pie crust. Black peppered praline ice cream made with black peppered bacon. So good. I have a lemon velvet supreme cake for diabetics. How is that? I have a variety of salads. And I also, in the book, for those of you that's really trying hard to live healthy and to run this race, the Daniel fast is in the back of the book. Ha! Smoked turkey legs. We have a Sugarlicious seafood gumbo. And how to make my foolproof roux. If you don't want to just buy any, you can make it yourself and it's going to be great. And then I have the stir-fry shrimp, stir-fry chicken, stir-fry beef with onions and garlics and the variety of the peppers. And I also have taken you into my secret barbecue sauce. Unlike any that you'll buy in the store. And once you learn how to make it the way I make it, you won't buy any more in the store. I have a vegetable soup for those that's trying to eat healthy as well. So it's just a lot of, I have a healing chicken soup that anyone that's coming out of surgery or someone that's preparing even to go into surgery that or is having a difficulty with your digestive system or, you know, of course, if you have a cold or the flu, if you have any kind of inflammation, this is a great soup that you can serve your loved ones. So this is just a little bit. I have a variety of raspberry smoothies, frosty pumpkin smoothies, and then your citrus and green smoothie. For those of you that like hummus or that are a vegetarian, I have a vegetarian cucumber yogurt dip, a hummus cucumber cup that is very great. And so this is just a little bit. The book, the cookbook, it's $20, and you can go to www.scarfree03ministries. It's at the bottom of the screen. And I'm working right now also on the web page for Cooking with Sugarlicious. We had some technical difficulties, but you know, with God, you can overcome any and everything. So again, I want to thank you for being so faithful to me, for responding on Facebook. I love you, Facebook family. For you that have also viewed in and did some reviews on YouTube, on GodTube and Vimeo. I thank you very much. For those that have listened to the radio station KVRN out of Houston, Texas, a shout out to Michelle Harden and her husband Randy for pouring into and sowing into my vision. And if it would not and had not been for Diana Washington Flagg out of New Jersey with Power Praise Radio. Awesome, awesome. Pastor Jamont Flagg, thank you, sir, for believing in me, trusting in my vision and dreams to make all of this happen. Without you, without the Holy Spirit, I would not have been able to do that. And you know, I really just have to thank God for Preach the Word Worldwide Network for giving me the opportunity to come into their Tallahassee, Florida office, their studio, and be able to tape and film Cooking with Sugarlicious. I thank each and every one of you. The number is at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the screen, and that's 409-789-9631. And the website is on there. Or email me, cookinwithsugarlicious@hotmail, and that's SUGARLIOUS @hotmail.com. Or you can also catch me on Facebook, Sugar Trask, or Cooking with Sugarlicious. Like my page. Like my page. If any of y'all know anyone that has an in with the TV stations, I'm looking for a great TV station that I can be a blessing to. So if you know of one, give them my number. Say you saw me on YouTube. Say you saw me on Preach the Word Worldwide Network. And that, you know, God wants you to know that this is the year of the open door. Are you willing? Are you ready to go through the door? Are you really ready to step into your destiny? Are you really ready to all that you've dreamed about? Even while you was just a little child, you always dreamt that one day you would do this. As a teenager, you dreamt that you would do that. Well, do you know that this is the year for you to step into that destiny, to step into that ministry. We have many actors, actresses, and authors that's viewing. It's time for you to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your box. Take that step. Won't you take the step today? Many of you viewing, you might have unsaved loved ones that don't know Christ or knows Christ but hasn't accepted Christ. Maybe they know Christ, accepted Christ, but they've gone away from the church. They've gone back into the world. They've gone back to doing worldly things. Well, you know, today's the day of salvation. And if you're viewing, you can stand in and just say this prayer and know that God is going to touch their hearts. Father, I have sinned. I ask you to forgive me of my sins. I believe Jesus died on the cross. He's going to be raised again. By his stripes I'm healed. And I confess with my mouth, I believe in my heart that Jesus Christ is Lord. And today I am saved. And if you just said that prayer, I really want you, if you've said that prayer, contact my office, 409-789-9631, and I will send you my cookbook. All you have to do is let me know that you said that prayer. You are saved. You have rededicated your life, and I will send you my cookbook as just a token of appreciation. And I have prayers that I'm able to send you as well. Again, this has been Cookin with Sugarlious. Today's meal has been stir-fried beef, and I used the ribeye steak. I cooked it just rare, set it to the side, then went ahead and proceeded with the vegetables, and we served it over the noodles. And on stir frying, the reason why on stir frying it's so much healthier is because of the fact you're using the finest, you're using vegetables. You know, there's not a lot of beef, if you've noticed. They don't use the Oriental, the Asians, the Chinese, they don't use a lot of beef. But when they do use beef, it's a very good cut of beef. But so you can still use all the chicken, and you can use the chicken leg, you can use the chicken thigh, you can use the chicken breast. And you can know that when you're slicing it thin, you're going to not have any raw chicken because you're stirring. And that's why it's called stir fry. And you're stir frying, and you're only letting the vegetables get to the point of where they're completely done, because vegetables don't really have to be cooked, but they still have the crunch. And that's the thing with so many times people will cook their vegetables and then they get soggy and limp and then they don't taste good. But even this has been sitting like this here, but you know you can still take the zucchini. You can try the vegetables even after they've been sitting, and they're good, they're nice, they're still firm. Don't use too much oil, just a tablespoon of the oil into the wok. And this usually will prepare enough food, good for 2 people and okay for 4 people. And if you're eating, preparing food for maybe the elderly, you don't want to really cook everything as long in the time as you would if you were going to eat it sitting down there right then and there, because you're going to put it in your Tupperware and then store it for them. And you want to, and it's great. If you don't overcook the vegetables, heating them back up in the microwave is wonderful. Make certain that you're using microwavable dishes and not styrofoam plates or styrofoam bowls. So we're going to walk our way into health by what we cook and how we cook. So you say you don't have a walk. You know what you can use? A very heavy skillet if you don't have a wok. Okay, Sugarlicious, I don't have a heavy skillet. Mine is just little fine, thin Teflon skillets. You know what? I don't know anybody that don't have a heavy pot. Because they use the pot before they use the wok. And after they beat up the iron to know that they could make the wok to get more even in their cooking, and they could cook more and set it to the side, put some more in and set it to the side. You know what they used? They used a pot. So if you don't have the wok, if you don't have the big heavy skillet, you have a pot. And just remember, it's fast, it's quick, and the whole meal from start to finish should be 30 minutes or less, because vegetables cook, and again, vegetables contain a lot of water. That's why the uniformity in cutting them is so vital, so important. So I want to again remind you, the cookbook, it's out, it's ready. We're just working on a cover. And if you said that prayer of salvation today, I want you to call, write, email, text, or go ahead and put it on Facebook. I said the prayer of salvation, and Sugarlicious is going to send me a cookbook, because I will send it to you free of charge. No shipping either, just free of charge if you said that prayer today. Well, that's about all for Cooking with Sugarlicious today. I thank you very much for tuning in, and until next time, be blessed.
So nutritious, delicious.